What's up, guys? It's episode 7 of Living Beyond Sunday. From bondage to breakthrough, we're talking about breaking the cycle, baby.
Let's go, dude.
And then I'm going to say the number 7 is the number of completion.
Oh, period.
Hey,
That was good.
That means it is
Finished.
So we're done after this episode.
So whatever
What?
bondage,
We done.
whatever bondage you're dealing with,
it
I'm going to say
is.
it is finished.
Man, you dropping bombs in like
Look
the
at that
first
tattoo on
5
your neck,
seconds.
dude.
Ain't even got
Of the
started
episode?
good.
Let's
It
go,
just
dude.
came to me, bro.
Hey, so we appreciate you guys tuning in for these 7 episodes. It's been real. That'll be it for us. It's finished. Love you. No, seriously, guys, we are pumped. We're so excited. We've got Mrs. Destiny G on the
Hello.
podcast.
The one and only.
Golf clap.
Oh, golf clap. I'm sorry. That's probably really loud in your ears, guys.
The
I
one and only
apologize.
Destiny G. Hey. No, seriously, we're honored. We're thankful that you
Thanks.
said yes to come on here. Many more guests to come, but what an honor it is to have you on and just talk about bondage to breakthrough. So, breaking the cycle. What is it? What did we say? That was good. No, I forgot it now.
From bondage to breakthrough.
Break the cycle.
Breaking the cycle.
Breaking the cycle. Yeah, there it is. So, Lord, sorry, guys. Seriously, though, I'm still so drunk from this morning. Let me just say that. If you were not at Living Way this morning, my goodness, bro.
It was thick.
I'm probably going to have to get a new snare head because I cried.
Extra thick.
Like,
It was.
It was. Yeah,
Bro,
it was
man.
good.
Yeah.
man, it was just so good. Just the anointing, just the Holy Spirit just swept through this place. There were signs, wonders, and miracles. Destiny was doing cartwheels and backflips in the back.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was, seriously, guys, if you didn't come, truly, we truly had worship.
I think I
It
saw her
was
do
just-
the worm across the front of the altar,
Who?
too. Destiny was.
Oh, I
bet
did the
she's up there
worm.
doing the worm. Yeah.
I hate y'all missed it.
Man, but seriously, like, it was so good. And and the fact that we just get to kind of just still kind of bask in the presence of God still right now with you guys. I'm just forever thankful. I know we've made the joke on here before, but I literally it's weird. I've said that, my wife gets on me all the time because I don't cry. And I feel like I cried so much as a child that I just have no more tears. But there's something about being in the presence of God that I'm just like, I can't do nothing but thank Him. I just get in this spirit of thankfulness, and I start thinking on just all the things that He's done for me. And I literally, it's like, there's nothing else for me to do but cry. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve
Right.
the job
I felt
have.
that.
I don't deserve the wife that I have, the 4 beautiful kids that I have. I don't deserve the house. Bro, I can just start listing all these things I don't deserve because I've done some pretty crappy things, man. Some real crappy things. And God's like, you know what? I still love you. Like,
Facts.
you know what? Like, I still love, and it just,
Guaranteed.
bro, I just get so emotional. I'm like, man, I'm just so undeserving. But God's like, you deserve the world, and I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah. Well, talking about, real quick, just since we're opening it up, talking about sin, it's actually, if you look at like when Adam fell in the beginning, that sin is actually a word metanoia. It's actually a
Metanoia.
noun. So when we're talking about sin, we're talking about not just an action, we're talking about a nature that was once in us. So you're talking about, thank you for Jesus. Man, that unmerited grace came because He chose to go to the cross. He chose to take on the sin and the punishment that we deserve
So thankful.
and
so thankful.
and give us the freedom.
Really good.
Man, like I said, I want to break this down. I told you this on the phone the other day, but
No, you didn't.
so in the beginning, yes, I did. Be quiet. So in the beginning, when Adam and Eve sinned, the garden represented eternity. So the reason that God had to drive them out of the garden, you can see that in Genesis, was because He couldn't have that scar of sin in eternity. It needed to remain perfected. That's why He needed to send His Son, the ultimate sacrifice, the perfect sacrifice, to take our place. Because what happened was it was important for Him to be bodily resurrected because He took our sin, shame, guilt, condemnation on the cross, and He gave us salvation. Well, after that, He ascended into heaven as a man, because what He did was He mended what was once broken between heaven and man. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now we have a King in heaven right now, flesh and bone, Jesus, the resurrected King, sitting in heaven, bringing humanity back to heaven so that humanity can release heaven on earth. There's
good.
God's salvation
That's been
plan.
episode 7. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
No,
mic
that's
drop.
good stuff.
No, but I mean, That's it, man.
It's fire. So what we wanted to do, since we have the Destiny,
The
on the
Destiny.
podcast,
The G.
The
The G.
the Destiny G on the podcast, we wanted to kind of open it up. Well, we've already opened it up, but you know what I'm saying. With who is Destiny? Who is Destiny? And and we want the raw, because there are people that are out there struggling that only you can reach. And I want to first off take a second to honor your ministry.
Yeah.
And what you did, and the powerful movement that you started with. What was it?
March Against Myth.
March Against Myth. I was about to say
Yeah.
cancel myth. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Cancel.
I
Hey,
hope
listen. Cancel meth. March against meth. Either way, just don't do it. Don't do
I just
it.
remember the shirts, the circle with it. So, anyways, but yeah, March Against Meth.
I thought he said kids on meth.
Oh,
No.
fuck no.
no.
That
I
would,
swear.
that would be a whole other issue.
No.
They partner closely with defects.
But it was so cool to see that, because you started the movement. Like, I remember seeing all the videos, the thing you did at the gym. The field. Was it Legion Field? or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Go you. Like that.
Thanks.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
think
those-
about that. Like,
Those were huge events. Yeah,
yeah. And I want to tell you personally, God's not done with you yet.
No.
I agree.
Yeah, He's not done with you yet, and He's not done with that ministry yet. And through that ministry, you're going to reach. I'm speaking it now. Thousands of people that we can't reach.
Yeah.
We're
I've been kind of
believing that.
complacent.
So, and that's the thing. Like, no matter where Destiny's at right now, like I told you the other Sunday, where you're at with your walk, God is right where you left them.
Right.
And He's just been waiting on you. God's giving you all the power and the authority to do what it is that He's called you to do through that ministry. And I firmly believe, and I declare and decree, that your ministry will change thousands of lives. And so us three, like Garrett was saying before we started filming, we got together, and it was heavy on my mind. Me and Garrett talked about it. We brought it to Adrian. We're like, we got to get Destiny on. I feel that through this podcast, through this episode, through this church, what God is doing here at Living Way with Bishop Tim and this whole ministry, not just us three, but you included, and certain people, God is depending on us to help grow this thing, because there is a catapult coming where we are fixing to.
I had such a revelation about this morning
Come
on
on,
the way
here
to
we
church.
go. Look at God, baby.
Hey.
So we really want to kind of just open it up to you and just tell the people, your people, our people, every people, God's people, who is Destiny?
Okay, so I'm Destiny. I'm a mom first, and I have had a bunch of different kinds of addictions, a bunch that kept me in a bunch of different kinds of bondages, a bunch that I recovered from, went back to. I've been through the pits, I've been to the palace, I have been everywhere in between. I have stopped at a million different places on the way, and now I'm at a peaceful spot in my life. I have true peace. I like being at home with my kids. I don't crave the nonsense. I don't aspire to have chaos in my life anymore. And honestly, I'm trying to figure out what direction I'm going next. I don't know what's next for me. I don't know what's the next thing. I've been praying about it, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's
I
where I'm
think
at.
that's okay. I think it's okay because
Yeah.
you got it in your notes, and I'm going to steal it, but about
Man.
people loving God but being stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I think I've been there. I have, obviously PKs. We grew up in church,
Yeah.
right?
Had plenty of time to mess up, baby.
Plenty of time.
time.
And have done it. Plenty
Felt
of time.
that.
But I have felt myself stuck, and it's you're kind of wondering what is next. And I think it's just so important that in that season we just trust God. No matter how hard it is, no matter what it looks like, because getting stuck is okay. And I think we don't want you to stay there, but just because you're stuck, it doesn't mean oh, now I got to run back because now I'm at a crossroads and I don't know which way to go. So let me go back to the addiction.
Right. I don't think that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
you're good.
I don't think that. I think it's more I was in some of the worst places I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, and then I had every opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I got with Nick. He held me so accountable
Shout out Nick.
for my actions. We got pregnant, had another baby, bought a house. We got all the peace that my heart had been craving.
That's awesome.
But now it's this is my normal. Where's my extra? I want that. The stuff that I felt with all the events, the feeling fulfilled, the knowing you left everything there. There's nothing left. You didn't have a rock to unturn.
You want
What's next?
You want to feel that purpose.
Yes.
So just going back, kind of my story. So March of this year, I was in the same boat you're in. I was like, I've messed up, been down the road of addiction, of, just really, and sometimes when you're on that road of addiction, you get to a point where you're like, well, people think I'm this way anyway, so I'm just going to throw in the towel and become
I definitely got there.
So I went through that too. So then coming back, I was like, how can I show my face there? Like, how can I try to be who I used to be? Or how can I especially how can I be better than that? But what happened was, I talked to these two guys and I was like, hey, I'm not, we had a trip planned to Africa and I was like, I'm not going. I told everybody, my dad said, I'm not going. I just don't feel like, I couldn't see myself being that. And what happened on that trip was I realized, God showed me last week, that prior to that trip, the influence of my ministry was good. I had a good little run there in my younger years. But God multiplied that within one service times 10.
Mm-hmm.
Salvations, healings. Everything that I thought I lost, He restored in one service.
Yeah. But
That's powerful.
And it was just purpose fulfilled, man.
This epiphany that you had.
Oh, this morning?
Yes, I want to hear this.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so okay, so everybody here, my mom. My mom was a very avid member of the church. She brought in literally like half the church she had filled in all the seats and stuff. And she's been going through a lot. It's not my story to tell, but it's pretty bad. But when I was on the way to church this morning, I was like, I called one of my friends. I was like, girl, you coming to church? You've been saying you was coming to church? And she was like, I'm not going to make it today, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm just being your accountability. I'm going to be there. Even though you ain't going to make it, I'm going to go. She's like, all right. And when I got off the phone, I was like, that's my mantle. Like, it's my mantle to fill that up. Like, that's my responsibility.
Wow.
Like, I'm supposed to be making those calls. I'm supposed to be doing that. Like,
us.
she left it. She left it there, but who's going to pick it up?
Yep.
Like, I walked in this morning and I was like, where's the people? Like, what are y'all doing? And then to feel like so much presence of the Lord, like, in there, and I'm just like, man, this could change so many people. Like, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all not here with me?
Right.
I just thought it was cool.
It's frustrating too.
But it's so crazy that's the epiphany she had.
Yeah.
Because that's been the conversation that we've been having
literally
for like about a week or two. Because a couple of weeks ago, I told them, I said, bro, it's crazy that as it is, we are becoming the adults now in the church that are going to have to keep things going. And we got to make it our mission, one, to show ourselves accountable to them, to be able to trust to say, hey, guys, we need y'all to now carry these torches for us.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because as much as I love Bishop and Pastor Stacy, they can't do this forever.
No.
Right.
They can't. At some point, they're going to need to be able to depend on the young people in the church to be able to say, okay, look, we got it from here. We're going to take it further than where you guys brought it.
Right.
Right. I'm kind of speechless in a way.
And
That's cool. We in tune.
We are, yeah.
Yes, God.
we really, man, we set the culture for the church too, the culture and the atmosphere for the next generation that's coming in. So what it is today is what we really make it.
Yeah.
So the amount that we sow in now is what we're going to be reaping a year from now.
Definitely.
For sure.
Well, I just want to I want to read scripture really quick. Just talking about obviously bondage, being stuck. And I think I say this all the time. Right believing precedes right living. So it's all about getting your mind right, believing what it is that God says about you, and not what the enemy. And I think when we find ourselves in bondage, it's because somebody told us, or in your case and some other people's cases, like it starts with family. Like, oh, my mom was a drug addict, or my dad was an alcoholic, or my uncle, and it's like, I'm just destined to be that, right? And it's like it's this cycle of generation after generation of generation of just curses, generational curses, and like we said it on the last episode, like we should be the ones breaking those generational curses. Like
no doubt.
But it all starts with a lie from the enemy. Like the devil has what power, Garrett?
The only power we give him.
Only the power that we give him. The devil has no power. He's defeated. He's a defeated foe. We give him all this credit. We wake up in the morning and say, oh, the devil's out to get me. He's this little minions. Right? He's got no power.
Man, if the
Period.
devil's on your back, you hop on his. He ain't
Exactly.
got no
Right.
power.
And all he's doing is whispering in your ear, "You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough."
Right, and that was for me, man. Like shame, guilt, and condemnation. Us three had very personal conversations about this, but y'all know, like, shame, guilt, and condemnation was eating me alive, man. And I could not do the things that God was asking me to do because I was holding myself back.
Yeah, and it's definitely a holding yourself back. Most people think it's, oh, I care about what everybody thinks and all this stuff, but it's in your head about
Yeah,
you.
it's literally-
Like, you have to fight yourself.
And really, you got to get to a place. So what I had to do was I had to learn to trust myself. So I had to get to a place where. So I told Adrian the other week. I said, "Man, I really sitting back and going through like no more drinking, no more smoking, stuff like that. Like it took me. There was no easy path to it. It was me having to say no every time a thought came up about it, or every time like it was put in front of me. It was. I said the only way I overcame it was one no at a time. It wasn't some big like miracle that happened. It took when I had the thought, I had to uproot it right then.
Yeah, or you'll go back.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that if you're not, how do you put it? If you're not intending on doing good, you always go back to your default mode. So if you don't have good intentions, you always go back to your default setting. So whatever is easiest for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Romans 12:2. I'm gonna read this out of the Passion. Stop imitating the ideals and opinions of the culture around you, but be inwardly transformed by the Holy Spirit through a total reformation of how you think. This will empower you to discern God's will as you live a beautiful life, satisfying and perfect in His eyes.
That's it.
That's it. Hey, it's okay to read out of other translations, guys. We don't always got to read out of the KJV. I know it's your grandma's Bible, but most of y'all's grandma's Bibles is still sitting on the counter where you left it, holding the fridge up, or just covered in dust. So don't come at me.
Or crispy in the windshield.
That's it, baby.
Crispy.
But I think it's just so important, just back on subject here, like just not to believe the lies of the enemy or even a people. Like, because even like the devil's going to use other people sometimes to come at you and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Destiny, who do you think you are? Like out here trying to run this ministry." Garrett,
That's
who do you
what
think-"
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
sometimes
brought
it's
on
your closest people, too.
the fall. Like, the fall. Like, I dealt with meth. I did that when I was like 15. Got clean when I was 18 or 19. Like, I haven't used since. I'm 31. But drinking had took me so far, and it was solely because I had my last event. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of everything that I did. I was like, I poured it out. There was nothing left. Like, when I left there was nothing left in my body. I could have did more. I know that I did all that I was supposed to do. And I got on Facebook.
It's all the comments.
And they were going in on me. I was getting hate messages. I was getting hate comments. I was like, okay, bro, y'all got it.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. That was it. I was like, I'm not fighting and putting my whole entire life on a stage for this. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I tell everybody the ups and the downs and all the things. And I felt like outcasted for something that I had shared that was so personal. Mm-hmm. But who wasn't outcasting me was the streets and the people partying. Like, they welcomed me. They were like...
I said that 2 weeks or whatever, a few weeks ago on our Church Hurt episode. It was, man, the church, church culture, or friends in general can be cannibalistic. They're the first ones that want to eat you alive when you're trying to do better.
Every time.
And that's what happened to me. I got discouraged because, I went to Africa back in September, got back and realized that, oh my gosh, people still hate me. So I felt, right back into what I was doing. And it took some shaking to get me up, but that's what it was, discouragement. I was like, man, the thing I want to do, the thing I know I'm called to do, I feel like I can't do because
everybody's a hater.
Everybody hates me. Yeah, that's it.
But here it is.
Okay, here we are.
That's how you know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's because you're being hated for doing it.
No doubt.
Right?
It's hard to see that in those
It
situations.
is. Sure. But that right there, like, I fell in love with this song. You don't know the cost of my oil.
Oh yeah.
Can you sing us a little?
Like,
bit,
no,
Trevor?
I can't.
Man, let me tell you, he got that off TikTok.
I'm sorry.
All them TikTok videos,
dude. Like that, just that little verse or whatever it is.
It's fire,
right
man.
there.
Yeah.
You don't know the cost of my oil, man. Like what you carry on you, you paid a price to carry that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You went through those years of addiction and everything thereafter. That's the cost of your oil. So can't nobody come and do what Destiny is doing,
That's
which is
it.
why it is to the utmost of importance that no matter how much the enemy comes at us after we do what God tells us to do, because sometimes even like with preachers, ask anybody, as soon as you finish preaching, the first thing you do is you want to talk to somebody to find out, dude,
How it was received.
Yeah.
how was it?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Yes,
Yeah.
because in your eyes, you're like,
I missed
I
it.
should have said this, I should have said
I
that.
forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you don't realize is everything that you said, the Holy Spirit lined up for you to say. And there
Yeah.
was, even if it was just one person, which guaranteed there was one person that was sitting there clinging onto every single word that you just said.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like with you, you knew you were doing what God called you to do because the enemy came at you as soon as you finished. He came after you and was like, okay, I'm going to touch right here because she's still a little bit tender right here. So I'm going to touch
That's
right there.
it.
And that's going to strike that nerve and it's going to probably bring her back
No doubt. Like
instead
it's,
of pushing her forward.
it takes the right person to say the wrong thing
Yeah.
to get you off your game.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how quick it happens till you start listening to that seed.
Yeah, at first I was like, whatever.
But
Then
you-
after 20, I was like, dang, everybody feel like that? Like, gosh.
let me ask you this too, like, so because I've never heard this part of your story. So you coming to Living Way for the first time, how was that transition? Like, how was overcoming from like, going from being on meth to breaking free from that and then getting, heavily involved, then going through Bible college? You're just gonna tell your story.
So I didn't make a conscious decision to stop using meth.
Okay.
Like, I didn't do that. I didn't use again. Like, I was there, I was using, I had just found out I was pregnant. I knew everything wasn't right, but I didn't know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And then I went to my mom's house, and she went here, and she brought me here. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to church. And then I got prayed over, and I went home, and I didn't use anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your first service here? When was that?
Did you get hit with some water?
Yes.
Shout out
2013.
Bishop Tim.
2013?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I graduated high school.
That's
That's
when Aaliyah was
crazy.
born. Yeah. So that's where it started. That's how I started coming here. And then I didn't want to use anymore. Like, I didn't want to use anymore. That's not what I wanted for my life. I wanted Aaliyah to have everything that I didn't have. And I made up my mind. So I struggled it out. We didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. Nobody would hire me. I was pregnant. I had never had a real job.
Wow.
I had no support from Leah's biological dad. It was
Yeah.
just me and my mom, Tanya, on the struggle bus,
Wow.
pregnant.
So would you say, like, with the addiction, would you say it was more of like a miraculous moment from God, or a moment where you really just chose to like put your foot in the sand and say, hey, I'm done?
Neither.
Neither. Okay.
No, neither. I had major commitment issues,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that if I said I quit or I said that this was forever, I wouldn't stick to it based solely because that scared me. So I was just like, okay, well, today I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So you took, instead of taking it, I have to do the same thing. I can't take things like, I'm going to do this forever.
Right.
I'm going to take it day by day. I'm
Right.
going to wake up in the morning and make a conscious choice
Yeah, that I'm not
to
going to do
do
that today.
Yeah, to not do this, not do that, or do this and do
Right.
that. So like, for me, especially since we started this, I'm like, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I'm doing is adoration. I'm going to wake up and thank God. I'm going to wake up and thank Him for putting angels in front of my vehicle because I drive for work, just simple things. But I started like trying to replace those with different kinds of habits. And
I do want to add that I feel like I got true deliverance, like from doing meth early on, like when I first started coming here, like true deliverance, because the conscious decision I made every day was to not surround myself with those people and go to those places. Because like I
Right.
missed my friends,
Yeah.
like I missed what I had known for those few years that I had lived like that. But I haven't had the urge or craving or want
Yeah.
or anything to do meth.
And I think that's the hardest thing too, is like separating yourself not just from, the alcohol, the marijuana, but it's separating yourself from those friends.
Right, because
'Cause
you
in a
have good
moment-
memories. You had fun. Like,
Yeah, and the reality is, in a moment, like you said, I had the same thing where I found more comfort with the people out in the world because they're like, "Hey, come on, we love you anyway."
I've had more people be
And-
mean to me at church than I ever have at a bar.
Yeah, it's so backwards, like you said, man.
About that on that episode.
So backwards, but same thing. And it was hard, but I knew, I'm like, if I'm going to do ministry, and if I'm going to be the leader of the family that I need to be, it's got to be cutthroat. Like
Yeah.
I don't even want to be drawn to anything like that. So I decided, I told both these guys, I said, you two are my accountability partners. If I'm hanging out with anybody outside of church, outside of work, typically them too. They're going to be involved somehow, because your circle matters. And I found that out because, if you go and I love this person, so I go and hang out with them, they pull out this or pull out that, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to feel bad if I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just chose, I'm like, I need to trim the fat.
Peer pressure's real.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So here's a question then. How do you remain in your deliverance from drug addiction?
Nick, is that a good?
Accountability.
Like, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an accountability
I mean,
partner.
honestly,
Yeah.
that it's Nick. Like, he keeps me accountable. He keeps me like focused on what matters. If I have any kind of negative thoughts and I'm like, this is how I'm feeling, he's like, yo, that's not reality. So your feelings aren't facts. Let's bring it back in. Like last week,
How do you receive that?
we be beefing
just
sometimes. but
Your feelings aren't reality, okay?
right. But
No,
I
I
mean,
was
it's
kidding.
true. And I'm like, yeah, but my feelings are valid. And he's like, your feelings are valid, but you have to understand, like, that's not the truth. Like, that's
Yeah,
just
that's
your
good.
feeling.
Yeah.
And he constantly beats that into my head. And last week, I was on a negative rampage. I'm like, this, I'm that. And he's like, what's 10 things you're grateful for?
Wow.
Where's your
Come on,
gratitude?
Nick.
Man, look at Nick leading this
Yeah.
household
Pastor
well.
Nick, Pastor
does-
Nick.
Shout out
Let's
Nick.
give it up
For real.
Pastor
That
Nick.
is good, man.
He is for real. He is what keeps me.
That's awesome.
Nice. Which takes me to being careful who you tie yourself to.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're married to the wrong person, I don't care how anointed you think you are or how much oil you think you have on your life. That person will drag you out of the place that you're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. Your internal image is going to reflect
Yes.
those that you're mostly around.
Yeah. If somebody's not feeding you properly, you know what I mean? Like to encourage and uplift you, you're going to be able to see
Hey,
it.
look at him.
Yeah.
He's getting fed.
Oh, man.
Why you did him like that?
Oh,
Shout
my
out.
gosh.
Hey, we're going to talk about Garrett socks too before we get off this episode. Don't worry.
Man.
Hey, don't worry about me.
He got on
I'm-
double tubes.
I'm comfortable
Comfortable
Are
in my
you?
skin.
in what I'm wearing. Yes, sir.
I'm kidding, dude. Adrian knows I love him. I can poke at him. I just poke at him so I can take a little bit of that oil when it leaks out.
Man, come on back on subject.
Huh?
Reel it back in, baby.
Reel it back in, baby. I'm sorry, we locked in. No, again, just obviously, like we've already said, your circle definitely matters. Your spouse matters. Just who you have close to you matters. But I think it's still it's so important to, because I have people from my past where I'm like, I know that I can't be around them because I won't start thugging, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
we gotta get back from that. But I don't think I think where we fail as believers is we just kind of, I don't think we should just leave them behind. Right, we need to help. And again, that doesn't mean I don't want to say associate. It doesn't mean you got to participate
Right.
in their activities. But I think we still should be trying to get them out of that bondage. Because
Yeah, that's what my whole ministry was based on.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole point. Like I don't want anybody to feel judged or less than. I just want them to feel as great as I do when I wake up. That's why I started it.
Yeah,
No, that's proper grounds because that's what we preach on here. Everybody has the same access as
Your
your
anointing's no different than
your
mine.
favorite pastor out there or whatever.
Right.
You have the same access.
And that's the part that people can't grasp. But what frustrates me is like we should be teammates.
Yeah.
Like I've got the football background, so teammates, like to me, it's like I've got your back. Like I'm going to break my neck on that field if it means throwing that block to get you into the end zone.
Yeah.
Right, that's the way that I look at it. But to your point, like it's those same teammates, those same Christians, those believers that as soon as you get a little mud on your shirt, they're gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are, Destiny? leading this movement, doing this event, whatever. You're not qualified. Says who?
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
Who says it? God says I am.
Who you
Right.
think you are?
That's the thing. People get so jealous. Jealousy and offense will kill a church in a quick minute,
Yeah.
boy. People get so jealous, they get so offended, and it's like, bro, like instead of using that to hate, to talk bad on, get involved.
Yeah.
How can we help? How can we help, Destiny? Like sign me up. Where you want me to fold some chairs? Like people don't want to do that. They want
No.
their name to be. They want their name and face to be on the front page, but somebody else to write the book.
Yep.
Come on,
Right.
bro.
Well, they want to tear somebody else down in turn, they think they're going to elevate themselves or whatever they have going on. So it's a
Insert
jealousy
themselves,
thing. Yeah.
You know the perfect person in the Bible that you could talk about when it comes to this would be David.
Come on.
I was going to say, who? It's easier to find an example of jacked up people in the Bible than it is to find someone who wasn't jacked up that was
David
used
and
by
Goliath,
God.
David?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you know that that's why the whole March Against Meth started?
Oh wow!
Was that story? Yeah.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
We're listening.
Well, okay, so me and some friends had came to church, and that's the message that Bishop preached that day was on the giant, and I was like, this is the giant. Like, this is it. So then we all had went to my mom's house, their carport session, just like a talking session, and we was just hanging out.
She had the preface.
Let's clarify.
Yeah, we were just hanging out, and
She used to have Bible study, there,
what-
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
not formal, but yeah,
Right, yeah.
And one of the people that was there said something about we need to like this is the giant in our community, like we have to do something. Like you're there, so like let's start something. Because at that time I'd already had a year clean, and I was like, yeah, bet you're right, we need to do something.
Yeah.
So then that night I started the March Against Meth Facebook page.
Wow.
Wow!
That's amazing.
Let me ask this. So let's go back to when you started that. Like, where did the courage and the boldness come from? Like, where was the spark for you? Like, what was like the I don't know how to put it. I guess what was it that made you say, "Yep, this is what I'm doing"?
What was the aha moment?
Yeah.
Like, this is
The
it.
light bulb going off.
That was it.
Like
Sitting on the carport and hearing the friend at the time
Oh.
put it into perspective. Like
drop names.
addiction
No.
is the same as like it's the giant that needs to be slain in so many people's life. And I was like, well, I got experience now. Like I came out the gutter myself.
Right.
I'm doing this. I'm at church. And you know, when you first at church, you like got the fire that can't nobody put out, like fire extinguisher couldn't touch it. So that was me. And plus, I'm just a cocky person. I was like, I can do this.
Hey man, that's me. Hey.
Right.
So
Confident.
so that leads me to my next question. It's kind of like a twofold there. Like, where? I'm just gonna be raw. Where's that confidence now?
Okay, fine then, Caleb.
Rip that
Wow. Yeah. I still have confidence, but I feel like one, my lives got deleted, and that's what was always my avenue to reach
Yeah.
as many people. Like the lives get put off after 30 days now. And I've done a few since I had my baby, and I felt like I was at a place where like I could talk openly, and I was back there, but I kind of just feel like people aren't going to listen to me. Like, I feel like people aren't going to listen to me anymore because they know exactly where I was and how foolish I acted for the 2 years that I acted a fool, which was now 2 years ago. So we're 4 years in,
Can I
pretty
say
much.
this? Can I say this? Bump them.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll listen.
Yeah.
Ashton will listen.
Ashton
Well, the
always
church will
listens.
listen. Well, you got some people in your corner, bro. Did we think anybody was going to listen to us?
No,
We're a bunch of
absolutely
dummies.
not. No.
But here we are, and we're putting this thing out, and we know that God's got His hand on it, and God's got His hand on you in that ministry. And I'm telling you, He's not done with you in that ministry yet. So wherever you've tucked it, the confidence, the boldness, wherever you've tucked it, wherever you've hid it, if it's in a book, in a safe, wherever it's at, find it.
I know it.
Like go get it.
But let me say this too. Could that have not been a sign to you, him allowing them to delete those, as him saying, "I don't want you to go back to
Well, once
you did
was. Yeah.
He might be a prophet,
before.
bro.
Maybe.
I want you to recreate who it is that you are, but come to me to find out the blueprint to get you there."
Yeah, I feel like that's cool you said that. I feel like I'm not just supposed to be talking about addiction. Like, my story is so much more than that. Like, yes, I overcame addiction, but, like, what about overcoming domestic violence? What about living with, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's in psychosis 24/7? What about, you know what I'm saying, overcoming generational curses, raising good kids, you know? Like, there's just so much to my story, being successful at work. Like, I beat so many odds. I don't want it to just be, like, yeah, I was a crackhead. Cool, I was, but, like, that's not all of it.
I mean, you're really prophesying to yourself right now, because you're saying exactly that you can't go back to what it once was. It's got to be new. There's got to be more, because there's so much more to you than just that.
Yeah.
And maybe God used this time for you to see that. And for your, once again, like I said, when I went to Africa this year, everything, all the times I've preached in my whole ministry were made up for in one service. Me and Adrian had a talk.
I want my service.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hey. But no, I'm saying, like, that, we had talked before we went to Africa. We're like, man, we haven't had, like, you know, a ton of people, like, respond to the call for salvation when we preach. And we just talked about a couple of little things like that. And it's like, man, we thought it was just a idle conversation, but God was like, nah, I heard you and I've restored. I wanted to show you the power of my restoration. Because, man, I felt so unprepared. I felt like I wasn't ready. Like, God, are you sure you called me to this? Am I supposed to be going? Am I just going because I'm my father's son? Like, all this stuff was going through my head. Like, and man, something. Number one, good friends, good circle. They're like, nah, push through, man.
Shout out to us, baby.
Yeah.
To us, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but seriously though, I don't know why I keep saying this, but I keep seeing like ditches, and it's like quicksand in each one of these ditches, and each person that has been through something, such as yourself, such as really all of us, man, have overcome something,
different forms, but something,
right?
Yeah.
There's literally someone that is sinking in that quicksand, and God's saying, "I've given you the tow truck, I've given you the hitch for you to tie it up and reach out there and grab them and pull them in."
Yeah.
But you're allowing the speed bump in front of you to cause you to go almost over it, but then back up.
Yeah.
Because that's you saying, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
And then,
Nah, I can't.
Yeah.
But there is somebody waiting for it. Even the person that's listening to me right now. God is saying, there is someone waiting for you to tell your story.
Yeah.
They're waiting for you to tell your story because it's your history, right? It's your history, but it's their current circumstance that they're going through. They're relying on your history to pull them out.
To pull them to current breakthrough.
Yeah.
Someone's relying on your history to pull them to current breakthrough.
That's good. Because I'd be thinking, why would I share my story again? Everybody's already heard it.
Nah.
No, it's different now. It's totally different now.
Yeah. Somebody's waiting. Like you just said yourself, you've been through domestic violence, which some people know and some people don't. But I've been through domestic violence, and it happens to men too. But somebody's waiting for you to come and speak on domestic violence. Somebody's waiting on you to come and say what it looks like to once have been an addict, but now I have children, and I choose my children over an addiction.
Well, all of creation
Somebody's
is
waiting for that.
Waiting and longing for you to figure out who you are.
Yes.
Because there's people out there that need to hear your voice. It doesn't matter really what you get up there and say. When you open up your mouth and the Holy Spirit begins speaking, whether it's word or testimony, encouragement, whatever, God's ready to start working.
Yes.
Because once again, there's people out there that you were called to. That no sin, let me say this, that no sin, no shame, no guilt, no condemnation should be able to hold you back from.
Yep. Just think on
Same thing. Let people talk, man. Let people talk.
Yeah. But I think it's so, like what you said is so important too, like, because it's not just about addiction for you now. Like,
right.
It's more than that, because I never had an addictive spirit. I mean, I smoked cigarettes because I thought it was cool, and then I was like, one day I was like, I'm just not going to smoke anymore. Everybody's like, you're not smoking cigarettes anymore? I'm like, no, it's gross. I just quit. I just set them down. Alcohol the same way. Like, I never was really a big drinker. Obviously, I partied with the best
God's
of them.
favorite.
Right.
She knows. She been telling y'all. I just never had an addictive spirit. I did The only thing, and we were talking about this the other day, like I was ever addicted to was football. And I know that sounds so weird to say, but I was so addicted to football that I was willing to put it over my family. Like it was that serious for me because like talking about teammates, I literally would have broken my neck on the field just to throw a block, to catch a ball. I didn't care. I know this sounds so funny, but there's something about running in full speed into another grown man that just excites me. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, dude,
too much head damage.
Yeah.
It's great, but like seriously, and Garrett knows, like there was a specific prayer that I prayed. I remember exactly how I prayed it. I remember exactly where I was. I remember the exact time in the morning because it was very, very early that I told God, because at that point in time I was working so much, or I was working, getting off of work, going to practice, getting home super late at night, sucking dinner down, getting in bed, doing it all over again, just nonstop on repeat. I said, God, if you don't take this love that I have for football away, I'm not going to be able to do what it is that you've called me to do, because I felt a stronger calling, obviously. And I just like, God, I just can't, because I was just getting into Bible college, was getting serious about my walk because I played games with Jesus for all those years. And I'm like, I know there's something more to this. And I know that if I had took the football route, yeah, that would have been great, but like fame and money wasn't the point. Like what God had is this, where we're at right now in this season, is where God knew even you right now today, where we were supposed to be. This moment had to happen. God knew that. And if I had chose the route where I was headed, and it wasn't even a bad route, I just, taking that route with football, it would not have led to this. Like it just, there's no way it would have. We would not be where we're, like we wouldn't be friends. Like it just wouldn't be here. Yeah. And so I think to your point, like it is so much more than just addiction, but like, like I went through depression. I was suicidal. I tried to kill myself, literally. My mom saved my life because I was going to do it. Without a doubt in my mind, I was going to do it. I've dealt with suicide. I've lost people close to me, to suicide. And I think it's just so much more. Your ministry is just so much more than just addiction. Being a mom, there are women out here who are struggling with depression, anxiety, addiction, whether it be to whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. And, I think, addiction is a part of it, but like just, coaching them through that. I think that this is your moment. You just ask Garrett, hey, speak, Lord. You just ask Garrett, when's my service? I think it's right now. I think it's right now.
This is it, yeah.
This is it. I think this is your service. And I think that this is your aha moment. Like, okay, you're right. Like it doesn't have to be March Against Meth. I mean, if that's what you want to call it, but I think your ministry is so vital. Yeah. For young women, for this next generation. I think that people, like Adrian said, need to hear from you. That your voice is what's going to prompt them to say, "Oh, I am enough. I can beat this."
Let me say this: identity is the foundation for breakthrough. Mm-hmm. So people are waiting on you to find out and remember who you are, so that they can realize who they are. Because that's the reason I like teaching so much, is because if I can teach somebody who they are, they can then live from that place and then make an impact. Yes. That's why I'm so adamant about teaching, because I can go proclaim the word, do this, but if I can teach someone who they are in Christ, teach them how to pray for themselves, teach them how to lead their family, I'll be doing a lot better for them. Yeah. Because then they don't have to come to me. They're not dependent on me for praying for them, for leading them. No, that's something you do. You talk to God. Yeah. God died for you just like he died for me. But identity is a foundation for breakthrough. Yeah. Like you said earlier, Romans 12:1-2. Renew your mind. Daily. Present your body as a living sacrifice. Your reasonable response to Jesus' atoning sacrifice is to present your whole life. Mm-hmm. So I think we're talking about sin and bondage. Let's talk about the rich young ruler. That wasn't a story against wealth. Jesus wasn't against wealth. But what he was saying was, hey, anything that's holding you back from me, cut it off. Mm-hmm. See, we preach this easy gospel that, hey, you receive Jesus, he forgives you, he loves you. No, what about the cutting off the weight? Yeah. Like, some things have got to change. If you want to progress in God, you've got to cut off some fleshly stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And breaking free from sin and bondage is you making a adamant choice to say no each and every single time something rears its head.
Like, something also, I keep going back to David. But David was anointed as a child,
Yeah.
right, to be king. And of course, he had that process.
Right. What was he doing while he was anointed?
Before he came. Huh?
What was he doing while he was anointed?
Watching over sheep.
Yeah. He was just
Watching
doing
over sheep.
He was working his regular 9 to 5.
But here's what I think also can help sometimes prevent people, especially kids, from being introduced to certain addictions, whether it's drugs or it's pornography or it's whatever it is. I think it's very key that you teach your child or just young people, period, doesn't even have to be your child. Teach them at an early age who they are.
Yeah.
Not only who they are, but who they are in Christ.
Yeah. But like you said, your ministry starts at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and I could be wrong, but I believe that if someone can teach you who you are as a child, as you're coming up, instantly something that whether you choose to agree with it once it checks you, but I believe instantly there's a check in your system that says, that's not who I am. Mm-hmm. Like I hear who everybody else at school is saying that they are, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I have a purpose. There is something for me to do. Right?
Yeah.
I think the earlier you put that into a child, the more likely they are to become who it is that you're saying that they are. Not saying that they won't go through their process and everything that they will have to deal with, right, to get to that place. But I think a huge part of keeping children away from certain things that would cause an addiction is allowing them to know who they are in Christ, period. You do that, I think that'll help.
Yeah, you're setting them up to know how to deal with
Yeah.
those temptations.
Yeah, because finding out who he is, once again, reveals who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think the more we can shed light on who Jesus is and who he truly is. Let me say this, because people have taught Jesus wrong for centuries. But if they can find out who he truly is, that man, he does love you. He's not waiting to hit you with a hammer every time you mess up. Mm-hmm. Now, does he command you to go and sin no more? Yes. Don't stay stuck, man. Anytime God is telling you not to do this, that means there's a better way of doing it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sin is to miss the mark or to go against, really, sin is to go against your original design, if you wanted to look at it like that. It's trying to go against your original, what you were created to be, who you were created to be, and what you were created to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got a question for you, Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything new coming? Do you have any plans for anything?
No.
No?
I don't have any yet. I wouldn't say just like, no, there's not. But do I have a plan? No. Mm-hmm. Do I want to figure something out? Yes. I just got to figure out my new avenue.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I know there's going to be one. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. And I think that's okay. Like,
definitely.
Yeah, that's okay to not know what's next. That just goes back to trusting God. But, and I was going to ask a question too. So, like, what, like for those women, because we can't speak to women, right? I mean, we can, like, we can give women, like, but we can't speak to.
Not a woman.
Yeah, like, so, like, if you could.
What y'all mean, man? This word transcends genders.
Let me tell you. Let me get to my point.
I'm just kidding. I know.
I can't. Anyways, if you could, even if it's your younger self, but just somebody who is struggling, right, going through addiction, going through anxiety, depression, struggling with, motherhood, just figuring it out, right where you are right now. It doesn't matter how much you know, you don't know. I'm saying right where Destiny is right now. What would you say to that person?
Love yourself more.
Love that.
And how do they do that?
Tapping in to what yourself needs, like, which is clearly more love. And you can't get any more love than you get from God. So spend some time with him. Pray. Actually, like, pray and listen. Don't just pray I need this.
So
I need this. I need that. Like, what do you need from me, God? Like, show me what you need from me so I can get out of this. I don't want to be like this anymore.
Right.
Like, that's what you do. That's how you change stuff. You don't change stuff from, oh, this sucks. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm high, been high, I'm going to stay high. No, like, what do you need from me so we can change this situation? I don't want to be like this no more.
Right, because a lot of people, this is how it is, this is how it's been, this is
Yeah.
how people view me, this is just how I am.
Right.
And they stay stuck.
But it's not. That's not how you are. Like,
No,
that's what you're choosing, and that's just
exactly.
what it is. Yeah.
They stay stuck because they don't want to make the effort to recreate the image of the
Right.
image other people have of them.
I'm guilty of that. Like, I've done it myself. So
Yeah.
I've, like, been there in that place where you just feel so defeated. It's like, how do I get out of here? If I could tell myself anything 10 years ago, it would be to love yourself more. Do what it takes. Like, love yourself enough to get out of this, because you're going to keep on dealing with the same demons over and over until you face it.
And I think you gotta deal with it within yourself first.
Yeah.
Truly get a grip on it and then let it flow out from there.
100%.
Yeah.
Spend some alone
for men
time.
and women out there, though.
That's
Good. Love yourself more.
Very true.
But also, it's baby steps. Like Destiny was able just to quit. Like I was speaking earlier, I was able just to quit. I don't think that's just that easy for everybody.
It's not. And
Yeah.
Nick tells me that.
Yeah.
Because, like, when it came to drinking and smoking and doing all that, he was full 100% ultimatum. Like, you do that, I'm going to live like this.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, he wasn't going to entertain anything that I had going on. So I woke up and I was like, all right, well, I don't do that no more. None of it. And I didn't. But that isn't the case for so many people. And that was my, I'm sick of doing this moment. But for the 6 months leading to that, it was still, I'm not going to do that no more. And Friday night rolled around and I'm like, I don't got no other option. Like, I'm going with them.
Yeah.
But that right there, you just said something, though. You just said a whole word, right? Nick said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let you go and do this.
Yeah.
Men, if you step up in your house,
Come on.
and if there's something not going the way you quite think it should be going, if you lead, your woman will follow. Yeah. And for women, stop just picking men just to have a man. Find a man that can lead you to where you need to go.
That's it.
And sometimes, I'm probably going to get tomatoes thrown at me for saying this, but sometimes a man will have morals and will know the right thing to do, and he may not even be in church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He may not even be in church.
Right.
But, here it is. You can still lead your household. And as you're leading your household, what may happen is your woman, wife, girlfriend, may become aware of who they are. And before you know it, the wife has become who she is, and now she's dragging him into Christ, and now it's a proper household. Uh-huh. But sometimes it don't always work where the man knows exactly who he is. Yeah. But he has in him who God has put in him to be, which is a man to lead his household.
Yeah. Well, they can only go as high as they're covering. Just like same thing us. You can only go as high as what you submit to. So who you submit to, you're only going to go as far as they've been. Yep. Mm-hmm. So especially with us, good. That was really good. Once again, shout out to Nick, being the man of his house.
Yeah,
shout out Nick.
He's a good man.
But in closing, I just want to say, if you are out there struggling, no matter what it is, if it is addiction to whatever it is that you're addicted to, it don't have to be just drugs. I mean, addiction is a real thing, and it doesn't just pertain to drugs. But whether it is depression, anxiety, whatever it is, try Jesus. And listen, it don't matter. We're not saying come to our church. If you want to, we'll have your doors wide open. Wear whatever you want to wear. Just wear something at least. Let's just say that. But come as you are. Like, God loves you so much. Like, it hurts my heart to know that there are people that are out there struggling. Because I've been there. We've all been there. We've all struggled in our own way. And it hurts my heart. But if you are struggling, find somebody that can help lift you up. Or try, if you haven't tried the Jesus thing, and sometimes you have tried the Jesus thing, but you just went to the wrong church. And I hate to say it like that, but some churches are just
that's
mean.
true.
They're just mean.
Yeah.
You know, but not every church is like that. You know, go back and listen to our episode, Church Hopping from Church Hurt. Like, you know, it is the church sometimes, but it's not God. You know, God didn't do that to you, but unfortunately, sometimes it is His people that are rude. And to Destiny's point earlier, she said it's spot on, and then it's the people that you really ain't supposed to be around. It's like, hey, come on back over here, we'll get you right. You know, so I challenge you, I encourage you this week if you're listening to this. Try God, trust God, just reach out. I mean, I know some people are like, well, what do I say? Just open your mouth and say, God, here I am. Just start thinking of it. Watch where that leads you. It's as simple as just open your mouth saying, God, what, like you said earlier, what do you need from me? What can I do? How do I fix this? He's just waiting on you to just open your mouth and say, God, here I am. Your picture's on His fridge. It's like, man, it's like going to your parents' house and you just open it. Like, you don't have to ask any permission. You just open up the fridge, go in and get what you want. Like, that's how God is. He's like, man, come on in, sit down, take your shoes off, tell me what you need. Enter the throne room boldly this week. Cast your cares upon Him. I promise you He's listening. Find people that will support you. Stop listening to those bozos that are telling you this, that, and the third. No, they're dummies. Trust God. God is going to get you through it. Destiny, we are so thankful. Anything else you'd like to say, Garrett?
One final word?
I got one last thing.
Food for thought, sir.
All right. Last thing. Practical steps towards breakthrough. I want everybody to hear this. Number 1, you recognize and renounce the lie. Number 2, you replace it with God's truth. That's scripture, prayer, confession. You surround yourself with accountability and community. And then lastly, you step into purpose. I think this is important, even while the healing is still happening.
Yes. Yep. That's so important.
That's loaded.
Rode that with you in mind. So step into purpose. I'm going to turn towards you, not the audience, but step into purpose, even while the healing is still happening. Like I told you last week, the message for me was wake up. I think we share in that same message. It's time to wake up. You know,
We've just been sleeping on ourselves.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's time to start believing in yourself again. It's time to start dreaming again. I think for all of us.
What do you say, Destiny?
What do you say? What do you say to all the haters out there? No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I got a couple words. I'm just kidding.
Well, no.
I mean, I'm thankful that y'all had me on here. I hope that it was something good out of this for everybody. Love yourself more. That's a message for everybody. For everybody here, for everybody out there. Love yourself more and find your tribe.
That's it.
I love it.
All right. Adrian, you got anything, Bo?
Yeah, kind of like you said, bro. Keep pushing even while you're still doing the work.
Yeah.
Because going to David again, I think I'm going to preach on David, bro.
That's it.
And you know what I'm going to call it?
What?
Anointed but jacked up.
That's good.
Anointed
Felt
but jacked up. Anointed but jacked up. Because it's so true, man. Just because I'm anointed don't mean that I'm not going to go through what I got to go through.
Right.
Right. But thank you, Destiny, for coming on.
Yep.
And
No, this. I'm. So,
I mean,
go ahead.
you already went, but why not?
I thought we were closing it down. That's my
Go
fault.
ahead, dude.
No.
You want to interrupt people? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, there's freedom from sin. Jesus paid it all.
John 8:36.
No doubt. Yeah.
you can be free. You can be free.
You are free.
Make a conscious
Start believing
decision. Yeah.
Start believing that.
Yeah. Walk in
Start believing
freedom.
what the word says about you. You are free. You have been set free. It's just time to walk in it. Seriously, we love you guys. We are so thankful. Sorry this episode is coming out a day later. But again, just had some technical difficulties. But we worked through it. We trusted the Lord, and the Lord provided.
And we got it to you when you needed it, baby.
And we got it figured out. Thank you, Destiny. Golf clap for Destiny.
Thank you, Destiny.
Not the golf clap.
You were great.
Oh, that was kind of loud.
That was loud, bro.
So
Blow somebody's speakers.
like, share, subscribe on all the socials. To everybody that's been tuning in every week, we are so thankful. We are beyond blessed.
No, we're beyond Sunday.
We're beyond blessed. Thank you, Jesus. We're just, again, incredibly thankful. Also, golf clap for Ashton. Thank you, Ashton, for all that you do. Behind the scenes, y'all get to see her, but she is back there working. Thank you, Michael, for letting her do it. Golf clap for Michael. Thank you, Bishop and Pastor Stacy, for being the head of this house and guiding and course correcting us when we need it, and dealing with my knuckleheaded self all these years. Seriously, forever grateful. Golf clap for Bishop and Pastor Stacy.
I'm done with these golf claps.
Seriously, guys, we love you guys. Thank you. See you next one.
See you next week.
Later.